The storm outside wasn't made of rain. It was made of shards, razor-edged splinters of frozen methane that tore through the violet sky of Virulon Prime, slashing the barren desert below and rattling even the reinforced walls of the research outpost. 17-year-old Eli Vance could hear the shrieking wind as he monitored the flickering readings on his scanner. His team had left hours earlier, the evacuation shuttle whisking the scientists back to orbit when the storm alert blared. Eli hadn't made it in time. He was too slow packing his gear before the blast winds closed in. Now, he was trapped until the skies cleared. He pulled his jacket tighter, teeth clenched against the dropping temperature. Just as he was about to seal the airlock, a faint ping broke through the static of his comms. An emergency beacon. "Someone's out there," he muttered, frowning. The signal was weak, but consistent. That couldn't be right. Not in this storm. Coordinates blinked on his visor, less than a kilometer away. Against every instinct, Eli grabbed his thermal pack and oxygen mask. He couldn't ignore a distress call, not when someone might still be alive. Scene 1, the discovery. Eli trudged into the white chaos, wind battering him from every side. The storm roared like a living monster, his visor frosting over with every breath. At last, he spotted the wreck, a half-buried hover car, metallic blue with smooth, elegant lines. Its frame was crushed, smoke curling from the shattered engine. Eli forced the side door open and froze. Inside lay a woman, tall, silver-skinned, her veins glowing faintly beneath her translucent surface. An Aurelian, one of the most advanced alien species in the Galactic Federation. Her body trembled violently as she gasped for breath, her hands clutching a swollen belly. "Oh no," Eli whispered. You're pregnant." Her eyes fluttered open, shimmering like liquid mercury. "Help my child," she rasped. "I've got you," Eli said quickly, his voice shaking. He slid an arm under her, wrapping her in his thermal blanket. Her skin was surprisingly warm, almost alive with energy, even as the storm clawed at them. He barely made it back to the outpost in one piece. Scene 2, the struggle for life. Inside, he placed her on a cot near the heater. Her breathing was faint, erratic. Eli rummaged desperately through the medical crate, but nothing inside was designed for alien biology. He cursed under his breath. "What do you need? I don't know how your system works." The woman's trembling hand reached for her neck. A small crystal pendant glowed faintly blue. "Essence stone," she whispered. "Recharge with heat. Keeps baby stable." Eli grabbed it and held it near the heater. The crystal brightened, pulsing softly like a heartbeat. Gradually, her breathing steadied. Hours crawled by as the storm howled outside. But inside, her strength began to return. When she could finally speak clearly, she told him her name, Lara Varn, wife of Taran Varn, an Aurelian industrial magnate whose energy corporations powered half the Federation. "We were traveling to the capital," she said weakly. "Then sabotage, someone wanted us dead." Eli's eyes widened. "Someone sabotaged your vehicle?" She nodded faintly. "They thought I'd die before my husband could find me." Eli fell silent. What started as a simple act of compassion had just turned into something far greater. He hadn't just rescued a stranger, he'd saved someone powerful. Someone important. Scene 3, the arrival. By dawn, the storm began to fade. A single column of brilliant light pierced the clouds, the distinct glow of a military dropship descending. The ground shuddered as it landed beside the outpost. Eli stepped outside, shielding his eyes from the wind and glare. From the ramp emerged a squad of armored Aurelian guards, their silver armor reflecting the dawn light, followed by a towering figure draped in a long coat woven with silver threads. His eyes gleamed with the same metallic shade as LRA's Taran Varn. He strode in without pause. When his gaze fell on his wife, alive, her hand resting gently on her stomach, his composed face shattered, emotion flooding through the cracks. "LRA," he breathed, kneeling beside her. "I'm alive because of him," she whispered faintly, her eyes drifting toward Eli. Taran followed her glance, noticing the human teenager standing awkwardly near the heater. His expression shifted from shock to a gratitude so pure it stilled the entire room. Scene 4, The Offer. Within moments, medical drones surrounded LRA, stabilizing her vitals. Taran turned toward Eli, his deep voice echoing through the chamber. "You saved not only my wife," he said, "but my unborn heir. Every fortune, every empire. None of it compares to that." Eli swallowed hard. "I only did what anyone should have done." The alien's lips curved faintly. "You undervalue your kind. Most would have ignored a distress beacon in that storm. You risked everything." Turan reached into his coat and revealed a small translucent cube shimmering with shifting light. "This is a credit core, more wealth than most colonies earn in a lifetime. Take it. It's yours." Eli stared, stunned. He thought of his father working double shifts back on Earth, his mother's hospital bills, the endless debts waiting at home, and yet he hesitated. He looked at Turan and shook his head. "Sir, may I ask for something else instead?" Turan blinked. "Anything. Use your companies to rebuild Earth's outer cities. People there are freezing, starving. They could use your clean power, your technology. That's what I want." For a moment, the tycoon simply stared. The storm outside had faded, but something trembled within his chest. His eyes glistened. "You would ask that instead of riches?" Eli nodded. "You could give me credits and they'd vanish. But if you give Earth a chance, it'll endure forever." Scene 5, The Tears of a Tycoon. Taran bowed his head, a gesture of deepest respect among Aurelians. "You've taught me something, human boy," he said, his voice unsteady. "That even among the young and poor, there exist hearts richer than empires." He turned to his guards. "Transmit this. Full-scale aid deployment to Earth's struggling zones. Begin immediately." As the command echoed, LRA smiled weakly at Eli. "You didn't just save my life," she whispered. "You gave it purpose." The ship's lights brightened as they prepared to depart. Before boarding, Turan faced Eli one last time. "Eli Vance," he said solemnly, "if you ever call upon me, know this. No door in the galaxy will remain closed to you." As the dropship rose into the violet dawn, Eli stood in the whispering desert wind, watching its light fade. The sky had grown calm again. He held no fortune in his hands, but he had altered the fate of worlds. Taran had bowed deeply, a gesture no Aurelian had ever shown to a human. His silver eyes shimmered, light rippling like water. "You've taught me something, Eli Vance," he murmured. "I spent my life building towers of steel and numbers, but you reminded me what true worth is. Not in fortune, but in mercy." He turned to his men. "Transmit the order. Full-scale humanitarian deployment to Earth's outer colonies, effective immediately. Every shelter, every generator, every family in the frost will receive warmth and power." The guards saluted and hurried away. Taran faced Eli again. "You asked for no reward, yet you'll reshape a world. That's the heart of a true leader." From her med pod, LRA smiled faintly, her voice gentle but certain. "Our child will know your name, Eli, the one who saved 2 lives and healed a planet." Eli stood frozen, speechless, as the massive Aurelian dropship thrummed to life. Wind tore at his jacket as Taran placed a hand on his shoulder, an unspoken bond between 2 worlds.